The three-way NCIS crossover will be one of the biggest moments in TV history, and that's not an exaggeration. We'll finally see the Washington, LA, and Hawaii teams unite against a common villain, and fans will be excited to know that they're going up against a Yellowstone star. Plus, the cast recently gave us some exciting behind-the-scenes teasers on what to expect. So today, we're breaking down everything you need to know about the upcoming mega crossover. First up, a Yellowstone regular as the Big Bad. After watching the most recent crossover promo, NCIS confirmed that Dawn Olivieri will take on our favorite agents. The actress played Claire Dutton in 1883, but her most prominent character in Taylor Sheridan's Cowboy universe has been Sarah Atwood in Yellowstone. She's the person Market Equities relies on to play dirty, and she's not afraid to take on Beth Dutton either. So for her to play a mysterious, cool villain seems like perfect casting. If you look at the promo, you learn a lot about her character from the few seconds she's in it. Tennant and Palmer get abducted and are held hostage at an unknown location. They're shown tied to chairs and have bags over their heads. Olivieri's character steps in with her guards and warns Tennant with a chilling line: "You need to tell me everything if you want to survive." She's cold, she's calculating, she doesn't mess around, and she doesn't blink once. There are plenty of talking points in the trailer, but Olivieri's introduction is one of the most interesting. And then there's Hannah's bit near the end, where he seems to have figured out what's going on. He tells two other agents that they've stepped into something big, and that asks one important question: why would the CIA kidnap 3 federal employees? So could Olivieri's character be a rogue CIA agent, or is her team part of a larger conspiracy? There's only one way to find out on January 9th, 2023. Up next, let's set the stakes for the crossover. The three-way crossover special won't just have nonstop thrills and huge action set pieces. This time, everyone's got an equal stake in the game. The 3 teams will come together in Washington, D.C. to celebrate a professor from the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. The professor taught several members of each team at some point in their lives, and it seems like they made a huge impression. It's a simple, wholesome start. But on the evening of the celebration, the professor is found dead. Early reports point to suicide, but the agents know it's foul play. Someone orchestrated it, and it's up to them to figure it out. But then, members of the team start getting kidnapped, and our favorite agents discover a mysterious secret in the professor's past. There's a dangerous assassin on the loose, and it'll take each one of them to bring her down and save their own. Just reading that sent goosebumps up our spine. We can't believe it took 20 years for a crossover to happen, but we're glad it's here now rather than 2040 or something. It's gonna be one unbelievable event and go down in history as one of the greatest TV specials ever. Not to mention, fans have the same reactions, and they miss one character in particular. Nearly everyone's saying the same thing about the official trailer reveal. Took them long enough? We agree. The shows have been around long enough, and we've seen smaller crossovers before, but a 3-show crossover seems unheard of. Not only is it a risky move, it's also really difficult to coordinate. Every actor's got a different schedule, and every showrunner has a different way of running things. But the fact that they pulled it off to give fans a once-in-a-lifetime special is nothing short of brilliant. This is the first time all 5 main characters will share the screen, so trust us, no one's complaining. Although, we really wish New Orleans were still on the air. A 4-show crossover would have been insane. Another character that fans are gonna miss is Gibbs. One person commented that they hope he makes a cameo appearance at one point, and another tweeted that they wished both Gibbs and Hetty could be a part of something so huge. We feel the same way, because ever since Mark Harmon left, there's been something missing from the overall chemistry of the Washington team. If the showrunners manage to bring him back even for a few minutes, we'll die happy. Now for the cast tease fans on what's to come. The main cast got together with Entertainment Weekly to give us a sneak peek at the major event. Vanessa Lachey's pretty excited about the never-done-before nature of the whole thing. It's the first time all the main agents from the 3 shows share a bullpen together, but even she misses New Orleans. It could have been like an Avengers-level event for CBS if they were still around. It still is, but it's more like Captain America: Civil War, you know? It's got the same adrenaline-pumping story, high stakes, and a gorgeous ensemble cast. Plus, Lachey says that Jane gets to be in charge in the story. She stands beside Nick, Hannah, Grisha, and Jessica and commands respect in a tough yet graceful way. Besides, it's gonna be fun watching all 5 leaders butt heads and battle for authority. They're all larger-than-life characters, so being in the same bullpen will definitely lead to some tense moments. Chris O'Donnell explained that everyone's got different positions within the NCIS teams. So if someone from Hawaii or LA suddenly walked into their home and told them what to do, things could get heated pretty quickly. But he also says there's always going to be a chain of command. So no matter how the big boys feel, they have to respect it. Don't know how Hannah's gonna feel about it, but let's see. Let's talk about what Wilmer Valderrama and LL Cool J had to say about it. Oh, there's one thing we didn't mention earlier. The scene where all 5 of them are in the same room takes place in the final hour of the 3-hour special. But hey, it's like the entire Justice League coming together after trying to solve things in different parts of the world. It'll all work better if they're all together, and they'll realize this later on. According to Wilmer, the special is nothing short of iconic. It's the superheroes of the police procedurals coming together for the first time in history. And you know what? He's not wrong. There have been plenty of crossovers before, like How to Get Away with Murder and Scandal, and of course, Scooby-Doo and Supernatural. But 3 crime dramas crossing over for a 3-city adventure? Unheard of. On the other hand, LL Cool J got into the swing of things like it was a flip of a switch. They've been doing the shows as different groups, but their first time on screen was anything but a challenge. Plus, the actor promised fans a non-stop roller coaster of chills and thrills. But in terms of the characters' personalities, though, he said it'll be like watching Batman and Superman interact with each other. They've got strong personalities on their own, but when they get together, they argue a lot. Next, O'Donnell teased just how intense it'll be. Dawn's mysterious character will most likely stay behind the scenes and manipulate most of the events that happen within the first 2 hours of the crossover. In fact, Chris O'Donnell says that the threat level has never been this high for the special agents. They're up against a formidable enemy, and instead of being the hunters, they're now the hunted. The actor revealed that the villain puts up the agent's information on a website where anyone can take a look. So every gang and cartel member in the country has their photos, personal information, and probably their last known whereabouts too. That's a huge yikes for our heroes. Still, they're gonna deal with trauma the way we all do. Make jokes. O'Donnell says that representing each show equally was a huge challenge for the writers and producers. The characters' worlds are colliding for the first time ever, and the stakes are sky high. There's plenty of action, drama, and hair-pulling moments here, but how do you balance each show's vibe, especially the humor? Well, Wilmer says that it was definitely a challenge to blend each show's humor and tone in a cohesive manner. The trick is to ensure that every character is confident about their strength and that they realize they're working towards a common goal. Sure, it's going to be a nail-biting affair, but there'll be plenty of goofs in between to release the tension. But at the end of the day, everyone gets their moment to shine. Every alpha makes a call, and everyone's rooting for the bad guys to lose. Finally, what does the crossover mean for the future? There's only one way to answer that question. NCIS needs to have bigger and bolder crossover events more frequently now that they've figured the first one out. Coordinating a TV show is difficult on its own, and managing 3 at once is a whole other story. But we're pretty sure that the showrunners will continue to iterate on what they've just done. There's a formula that works for every production, and they'll find it for NCIS crossovers. Maybe not right away, but really soon. Even LL Cool J says that it's the next step. Fans have always asked him if he'll ever star in the original, and now their prayers have been answered. The actor says it's a natural next step in the universe, and that the showrunners are cracking the code on what makes all the characters tick in each other's presence. Even Gary Cole is sure that we're going to get more 3-show crossovers in the future, and it makes complete sense in the grand scheme of things too. Government agencies across the country have to work together all the time. It's a consequence of the job, honestly. So yeah, it's definitely the start of something huge for NCIS. Oh, and before we go, let's go over the 3-episode schedule real quick. You can watch it on Monday, January 9th, starting with NCIS at 8 p.m. Eastern, followed by Hawaii at 9, and finally Los Angeles at 10. We're going to be watching it right along with you and breaking it all down for you right here on this channel. And that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for watching. So what are your expectations from the epic crossover? How do you think it changes the NCIS universe? Tell us down below. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more NCIS updates. See you in the next one.